there goes that engine, that check engine light again. Coming and going as it pleases. Anyway, let's debunk a few myths about truck drivers. The first one, this is a very interesting myth. You see it very often. I hate when people park in my parking spaces. I'm supposed to have the one next to the power utility pole, not you, whoever you are. Anyway, this myth you see a lot in movies. Someone's walking down the street, then a truck driver pulls up to them and offers them a ride to wherever they're going. That's not possible for several reasons. The first one being that truck drivers are told not to pick up anyone under any circumstances. We're actually trained against it. Because, well, pretty much the same reason why you would never pick up a total stranger in your car. They could be dangerous. So tell me what they might do once they climb aboard. In fact, you could actually get fired for letting a total stranger in the truck with you. You can let a family member or a friend in the truck with you, but they have to meet certain criteria, and they have to, well, there's a lot of paperwork you have to go through for that to happen. Like, you need permission from the company first. They're probably not going to let you put a total stranger in the truck with you. There's another reason why this wouldn't be possible too, and that reason is, of course, truck drivers have to be somewhere. What if you're going to Chicago and the person you pick up is going to Baltimore or something? Then, well, you can't pick them up. This car is having a hard time climbing up this hill. There we go. So yeah, you can't pick them up if they're going in a totally different direction, obviously, because then the dispatcher's gonna be like, "Hey, you're going 70 miles off course. Where do you think you're going?" And of course, their first assumption is gonna be that you're trying to steal whatever's in the trailer, because some truck drivers have been known to do that. So they're gonna have the cops following you everywhere, and it's just gonna become a nightmare. That reminds me of an interesting story from when I was working as a truck driver. The dispatcher sent us basically a reminder not to steal, because there was this truck driver. He was unloading at a grocery store. He unloaded half of the trailer. Then he told the manager that the rest was going to another store. He was basically taking advantage of the fact that the manager has no idea where the boxes are supposed to go, or even how much they're supposed to get. So he told them, "Hey, the other half of this trailer is going to a different store." Then he took the other half of the trailer and drove it to a truck stop. The company was getting suspicious, so they had a cop follow him everywhere. The cop saw him unloading the trailer onto his pickup truck to take home. Oh man, that's crazy. Oh yeah, that's they get really suspicious if you go off course with the trailer that you're pulling. So that's another reason why it wouldn't be a good idea to pick up a hitchhiker. Another interesting myth. This is actually something I see a lot in this one specific truck simulation game that I used to play called 18 Wheels of Steel. Like the truck drivers would have their own special language when talking over the CB radio. Like when they say slow down because there's a cop up ahead, they say something like back down to double nickels, and got a county Mally knocking on my back door. I've never heard a truck driver talk like that. I mean, maybe some of them do, but I've never heard anyone talk like that over the CB radio. They always have talked like normal people. Like, I've never heard any kind of, special jargon. Oh, it's a green arrow. Hurry before it turns red. Nah, I missed it. There's no way I was gonna make that turn at that speed. Let's see, what's another myth? Can't think of one right now. Oh yeah. Well, this one comes from the internet. there was this website that said truck driving is a great job if you are an introvert. Well, introverts are people that don't like talking to strangers. Pretty much they only like talking to friends or family. I'm sort of an introvert. I hated truck driving. Why? Because you had to talk to strangers. Pretty much most of them customers, and customers are always mean to you. They don't understand that you don't get delays on purpose. You get delays because of stuff like traffic accidents and, you know, tornadoes and stuff that you just can't drive through, causing you to have to pull over. I once had to pull over because of a blizzard. I was a whole day late because of that. The customer was not too happy about that, and I'm like, well, what do you expect me to do? I can't drive through a blizzard. I mean, technically I can, but I don't want to risk it because I've seen so many news footages. There's so much news footage that one specific year about the truck accidents happening because someone tried to drive through a blizzard, and I didn't want to risk it. Because, you know, I think it's better to be there late and in one piece than, you know, not arriving at all with your load in several pieces. You'd think they'd appreciate my effort to get the trailer there safely, but apparently not. I hated customers when I was a truck driver. I will never have another job where you have to talk to customers because I just hate them. I wish they would all go kill themselves, to be honest. I mean, my sister, when I told my sister this, she said, "Oh, but you're a customer sometimes." And I'm like, "Well, I'm a good customer. I don't call the people that are working for the company idiots like these customers did when I was a truck driver. They always." Wow, it's really foggy today. But I can handle this amount of fog. I've driven in thicker fog than this when I was a truck driver. Specifically when I was driving in California, in the mountains. It gets so foggy there. It's so foggy that you probably wouldn't even be able to see this traffic light from this distance. If it were that foggy. It got a red light. Wow, this intersection looks totally different in the fog. I can actually see the pavement markers for a change. Never turn your high beams on in the fog. I found that out when I was a truck driver. Apparently, when you turn the high beams on, see that? It just reflects the fog back. It basically just creates a wall that you can't see past. It makes it worse, pretty much. In fact, these streetlights are actually making the fog problem worse. If they would turn the streetlights off during this type of weather, I'd actually be able to see further up ahead than this. You never want to drive too fast in that fog. But despite that, when I was driving a truck in the fog, I would drive, just like the trainer said, at a speed where I could stop in time for the distance I could see in front of me. There's supposed to be a stop sign up here somewhere. Okay, I remember where it is. I'm going partially by sight and partially by memory, because that's how thick this fog is. Anyway, so yeah, I'm driving at a slow speed so I can see in time to see what's I mean, I can stop in time in the distance I can see ahead, but there are trucks passing me at 70 miles per hour, and I'm like, you crazy people! You're gonna get yourself killed or someone else killed. How in the world are you gonna drive at 70 miles per hour when you can't even see? Some truck drivers get on my nerves with how not careful they are with the way they drive. I can't stand it sometimes. It gets on my nerves so much. It's like, don't you understand you're carrying something that weighs 80,000 pounds, 40 tons, and could easily kill someone if you're not careful with it. You're gonna drive in the fog at 70 miles per hour. I mean, I've driven in the fog that fast, but that was only when it was thin enough that I could actually see. I could actually stop in time in the distance I could see. So yeah, truck driving is not a good job if you are an introvert, because you will have to talk with a lot of strangers, and most of them will be mean to you. You know, sometimes I forget this is a deer crossing because I hardly ever see any deer. But every once in a while you do see dead deer lying on the side of the road because they got hit by either a car or a truck. One of my trainers told me when I was a truck driver that if you see a deer, you should turn off your headlights immediately because the headlights can actually startle them and make them run in front of you. Which is something I was never told. That's actually some very important information. Kind of wish they had that in the driver's license manual, if that is true. Well, another thing I see a lot online when they talk about truck driving is they say you make a lot of money. Well, I wouldn't expect to get rich off of driving a truck, and here's why. The amount of money you make fluctuates greatly. It's actually a lot like driving for Uber, where you will only get paid if you're hauling something for the most part, but you know, they will only send you a trailer to haul if you just happen to be the closest driver to the customer that needs the trailer to be picked up. If you're unlucky enough that you're not going to get a load pretty much. And sometimes you have to sit there for days just waiting for someone to need a trailer delivered. I remember once I was waiting for 2 days. I had to eat at Subway for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for 2 days. I was sick of Subway at that time, and that saying something because I really liked Subway. But it wasn't as bad as that time where I had to sit at a truck stop waiting for a load, and I had to eat at Burger King for breakfast and dinner. Imagine having to eat fast food for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for 2 days. It is not a pleasant thing. So yeah, the amount of, and because sometimes you don't get a trailer that needs to be delivered, and you're just waiting there with no trailer attached to you until someone calls the company asking them to haul a trailer for them. My paycheck varied a lot. It varied between $200 a week to $600 a week. $200 is not a lot of money. Like, I could make twice that money at the warehouse I currently work at. So I was really frustrated when I saw that paycheck, only $200. I'm like, I could work at FedEx Ground loading trailers and get more money than this during the holiday season. Wait, don't go. Well, since that truck disappeared over the horizon, I can no longer see what's in front of me. Fog. You know, it gets foggy a lot in this area. Some truck drivers are afraid to drive in fog, but I wasn't because, well, it's foggy all the time here. So, well, not all the time, but mostly mostly late in the winter and the early spring months. So I'm used to it. Fog is nothing to me. Bus going so slow? Can't this bus go any faster? I mean, what is the top speed of a school bus anyway? By the looks of my speedometer, it can't go any faster than 50. Oh, it looks like the fog is gone. It's probably gonna come back once we go back downhill. So slow. You're gonna make me have to step on the brakes just to increase my following distance. I don't like stepping on the brakes. Turn off your high beams, you idiot. This is fog. You don't have your high beams on the fog. These people are so stupid. Think of any more myths related to the truck drivers. Oh yeah, that reminds me of a very interesting story from my trainer. My trainer told me, all my trainers actually told me, they told me you have to, when you talk to the customers, you have to sound like you had a horrible day and you basically have to be as mean as possible. He told me this because apparently if you don't act mean, they're gonna walk all over you. Now at first I thought he was just kidding, and I thought, well, no thanks, I'm gonna be a polite truck driver. But I think he was right, because the more polite I acted to the customers, the meaner they were to me. I once had to tell a customer, hey, you don't stop talking to me like that. The next time I get a trailer that's headed to your direction, I'm going to be a whole 24 hours late. They didn't believe me and continued to insult me, so I did. So they later found out that I mean what I say, and that the next time I had a trailer that was going to them, I was 24 hours late. They had no insults for me that time because they realized that this was going to keep happening unless they realized the correct way to treat me while I was there. So yeah, you do have to be mean in order to avoid customers walking all over you. If you're not mean, they will be mean to you. I don't know why. Man, this is a sharp curve. Okay, I can't even see this curve, to be honest. It's really foggy here. Man, this fog is really thick. This is really thick fog. I don't know why store managers are so mean to truck drivers, to be honest, but it's really irritating. Every truck driver I've ever talked to about this, they tell me, yes, the store managers are horrible to you. They're horrible to everyone, actually. Everyone that is a truck driver. As soon as they find out you're a truck driver, first thing they would do is be horrible to you. I don't know what it is. Like, why do they think they have to be so mean to people? I mean, maybe it's because truck drivers are mean, but we're only mean because we have to be, or the store managers will be mean to us. The only two places I've ever made deliveries in where the customers were actually nice to me were North Carolina and South Carolina. But people there are generally nice. It's one of the reasons I like those states so much. People in North Carolina are so considerate and polite. Well, the ones I've come into contact with anyway. Is that where I'm supposed to turn? If I could see the road in front of me, I'd know. Well, I'm gonna try and turn here. Maybe it's the correct road, maybe it isn't. I can't see the street signs that would have told me what the name of the street is because the fog is in front of it. Oh man, the fog is even... Maybe if they turned these street lights off, I could see. These street lights are actually the problem because they're illuminating the fog and making it harder to see through it. Basically making it opaque. Thanks to these street lights, I gotta drive extra slow so I can see. Yeah, this should be the right street, but let's see, where do I turn? Oh, here is where I turn. So, complete stop.